In this episode, we're going to have some more casual gameplay where I just go through a to-do list that I have for today. I'm going to do a variety of things, and in no particular order, I definitely want to work on some missions because missions is one area of the game that I've kind of neglected so far, and it's just something I want to do better in, so I'm going to work on some missions and gonna be busting some people out of jail. Definitely want to play some Russian roulette because I'm pretty close to getting another merit if I win some more games of Russian roulette. So kind of a little bit of merit hunting there, and want to visit City Hall and crack a few jokes along the way. So hope you enjoy those. And really, before I just dig into all these things that I want to do in Torn City today, let's give away a donator pack. So recently I've actually received 2 free donator packs from friends that I have in the game, mostly fans of this YouTube channel who want to pass it forward and help give away a donator pack. So one of them was from my friend Apollo. So thanks, Apollo. And also thank you, a big thanks to Rankar, if I'm pronouncing your name right. But these are some good friends of mine. I love it when they help out, and so one donator pack is going to be given away to somebody who left a comment on my episode 12 video for Christmas Town. So we're going to take all the submissions from my episode 12 video and give a donator pack away to one of those, and then the other one we'll save for the end of the video, and I'll tell you how you can get another chance to win a donator pack if you don't win this one right here. So let's give it a spin and see who gets it. Woo! Awesome. Equilibrium. If you don't know this, this is my friend who helps us host a ton of racing events. So he's a great friend. He's keeping things fun in our Discord server, inviting us to all these races that he hosts, and it's cool to see him win a donator pack. So here we go. Sent. Now real quick, because I just realized I am sitting on a full bar of nerve, I should commit some crimes. And I'll just be a good boy for my faction and do more Arson Warehouse. I don't want to get hospitalized right now, though, so I'm not going to push it too far. I want to go on some missions, but first I'm going to start a race really quick, just because I know I'm not going to be traveling for the next couple hours while I'm recording and editing, so might as well join a race. So I'll go to the city and then go to the raceway. I need some more racing points, so I'll go to the official events, click join. Oh, and this is awesome. I got Parkland. So this is a track that has dirt on it, and that's helpful because my only really good car is my Sierra Cosworth, which is a car that's really good for tracks that have dirt components, and Parkland is one of those. So if I would have gotten a different track that didn't have dirt on it, I might have just left that race and gone into a custom event instead. So this will be an hour before that race even starts, so I'm just going to leave this for now. Now I want to do missions, so from my left menu, I'll go down to the missions section, and I'm going to be daring, and I'm going to accept all 3 missions at once, just for the video, and see how well I can do on them today. So starting with Tree Huggers, also I would say I have TornTools enabled, which is a browser extension for Google Chrome. I'll link to that in the description of this video and have another video about it in more detail in the future. But one perk of having it is that it gives you some tips about a mission that you're working on. So this tool, TornTools tip, says defeat 5 to 8 and then P. I'm not really sure what P stands for, but I bet it's targets. And so this is going to be a mission where I have to attack and defeat 5 to 8 different targets. And right now, all of these missions are at the hard level. So you can tell I haven't gotten too far. I mean, I've gotten past the easy and medium ones, but these go up to expert, I think. I need to do more research on the topic of missions, but in any event, I'll go ahead and accept that mission. Yep, and now it gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 targets to attack. That's quite a bit. Emotional debt. Task. Hit the target with tear gas or pepper spray. That sounds really easy. So some of these you might not have to win an attack or even deal with combat at all. So I'll accept that one. And then a good day to get hard. In this other mission, achieve a kill streak of 3 to 10. Now that could be really cool if I could combo 2 missions together that have a lot of targets and also get a kill streak with it. So let's see if I can do that. So I'll accept all 3 of these missions. Go after this easy one first. Actually, before I start attacking these players, I'm going to ask my friends to place bounties on them. So I can also claim more bounties, and that'll help me progress towards getting a merit because you have to collect a lot of bounties to get those merits. So here I am on my Discord server, and I'm just going to ask people to place bounties for me real quick. So Smoke Dog is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 targets, and I only need a kill streak of 5. That sounds doable if I have targets in my range. Okay, so I've got bounties on several of them so far. Not all of them, but I'm going to start collecting and then come back to getting more placed. First, I'm going to check on Smoke Dog, and remember I need to use tear gas or pepper spray. So let me first make sure that I've got pepper spray equipped. So I go to my items, go to my temporary items, and I see the pepper spray is already equipped. Now I just need to hit Smoke Dog with it. So here's Smoke Dog, and he's got that $1 bounty placed on him by my friend. And before I attack him, I do see that he's 17 years old, this account is. No action in 2,000 days. Let me just check on how much Xanax this user has taken. So under this actions section, where you can attack somebody, chat them, send them mail, add them to your friends or enemies list, I've got a browser extension or a script that also adds another list for chaining. I'm going to actually click on view their personal statistics. And it defaults to user activity, but here I'm going to type in Xanax. And I've taken way more Xanax than this player, so I'm not worried about the outcome of this fight. So I'll start the attack. Start fight. Look at that. They weren't even started on full health. So I start off with my pepper spray, which looked to be effective. Now they're weak, so I'm not even going to waste ammo. Well, you know what? Ammo's cheap. Okay. Now, since there's a bounty placed on them, I have to make sure I hospitalize them in order to claim the bounty, and I did. Now, since that was the easy mission, and there was only one target, I'm going to go back to my missions page. And here it is, completed, so I just click Complete Contract. So I've started my kill streak, but I still have to get 4 more in a row without failing. And let's take a look at these targets and see which one of them is going to be easiest for me to defeat. Roller. Now, there's an estimate here that says over 200 million stats, but you just don't really know for sure how reliable those estimates are when you see them. Again, the bounty is ready. Let's take a look at their stats. Their user activity looks much lower than mine. Ooh, but they've taken a lot of Xanax. I'm tempted to pop a Vicodin, but you know, even if I have to attack them twice... No, I don't want to lose an attack, though. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on attacking them. Here's Tundra. Let's take a look at her. Okay, and I definitely have way more Xanax than Tundra, so I'll probably go attack her. And here we go. Ouch. Yeah, I'm not going to make it. Yeah, I lost. So I'm going to use a blood bag to get out of the hospital and get my health back. Here's another target, Cruiser. So I'll take a look at their stats. And I've taken way more Xanax than they have, so I'll give them a try. And let's see what they got. Start off with some pepper spray. God damn. Can't escape. Lost that one too, but look how low their health is. So at least I know that their health is really low if I come back and try to hit Cruiser again. I'm going to equip some smoke grenades instead of the pepper spray. Use some more blood bags. And come back at Cruiser for a second time. So I'm going to start off with my smoke. So his speed is way down. And I got him. So I got to hospitalize him to get the bounty. And while I'm at it, since I also know that Tundra, I did deal some damage to her before she beat me. So if her health is still down, I'm going to see if I can get her too. Smoke. Dang, she got me. Got her. Nice. So I'll hospitalize her. Here's another target, Lamona. Let's take a look at her stats. And while that's loading, I'll go back and use some more med items. Unfortunately, I'm going to hit my med cooldown max pretty quick this way with how some of these targets are going. So I've definitely got Lamona beat on time played, but let's take a look at Xanax. And it looks like she would probably crush me. How about Sponge? Only level 36. I wonder if they were level holding or... Oh, their last action was 125 days ago. It's not that long ago. User activity isn't too high. And there are other ways to tell other than looking at how much Xanax they've taken, but that's just the easiest way for me. And here's Tony Stark. There's no bounty on this one yet, so maybe I haven't requested that one. So I've cleared 3 bounties so far, and I've requested 6. So I'm going to try to get those ones wrapped up before requesting other bounties, just to be courteous of their bounty slots. And I just realized that my screen was not set up using the right scene in Streamlabs. So I've switched that over. Hopefully it looks better. Sorry about that. So I've got 3 bountied targets and then several targets that have not been bountied yet left for my missions. And of the 3 that are bountied, they all have more Xanax than I do, or they've all taken more Xanax than I have. Starting with this one that looks like they've taken 953, and I'm only at 827. So I'm going to go back to Discord and see if I can get a friend to jump in on this fight with me, and I'll offer to pay them like $1 million or something to assist. Alright, so I've put a request out there, and we'll see who I can get to join me. And it's Pachuri to the rescue again. So I've got almost full health, which is great, and I've got a helper, so I've given them the link. Now let me switch my scene again and get ready to start this attack. Awesome, so I see they're already in. Pachuri has joined. Roller is gassed, so I'm going to do a smoke grenade. Pachuri threw tear gas, so I'm going to start attacking. Now that Roller's got all these debuffs, look at all this action going on the screen. So this is kind of what you do when you've got a mission target that's too strong for you to take on alone. You get a friend to jump into the fight, and simply by them joining the fight. Awesome, I got the hospitalization and the bounty. Perfect. So just by having another person join the fight, it reduces the opponent's stats, basically. So it makes it a lot easier to take down tougher enemies when you have help from friends. And now I told that my friend that I would send them some cash if they helped me, so let me just pull some money out of my faction vault, which I normally don't keep very much in here, just because people could hack it and steal from me. So I normally, if I've got a lot of cash, I'll store it in the faction vault, but I don't keep much cash in the company vault. So here's my good buddy Pachuri. Send money, 1M. Thank you. So now I should have a kill streak of 3, and I need it to get up to 5. So I need 2 more successful attacks, but I'm low on energy. Fortunately, I can use an energy refill, and I can take a Xanax. But when I take a Xanax, doing so will reduce my battle stats a little bit. So I'd rather use my point refill before taking my Xanax. So I could wait, because I've got 10 energy right now. To be the most efficient with it, I could wait until I have 25 energy, spend that on an attack to bring me down to 0, and then use my point refill. Or I could spend this 10 energy at the gym, but for now, I know I have other stuff that I want to do in this video, so I'm going to just move on to something else for a little bit, and then I'll come back to doing these missions again. Now, I've got plenty of nerve, so let me stroll on over to the jail and see who's locked up that I might be able to bust loose. So I'll go over to the city, and then from the quick links, under administrative, there's the jail. So I'll go there. And right now, there are only 14 players in jail, which is astonishing that it's that few. And when you look at them, all of them are really high levels, like 73 is the lowest level. So all of them are a higher level than I am. And the higher a person's level is, the harder it is to bust them out of jail. So typically what you'll see is that when you're brand new to the game, you'll go to jail, and then within 10 seconds, somebody's going to bust you out of jail because your level is really low and it's really easy to bust you out of jail. So nobody with a really low level stays in jail for very long. It's like all of the prison sentences are kind of a joke, but at the same time, if you get unlucky, if you look, some of these are in here for more than 24 hours. So that can be an inconvenience. Lots of these people are getting jailed because they failed an organized crime, or even a solo crime can land you in jail. And just to share a quick story about crime sentences in Torn City. One time I was in the courtroom when this hardened criminal was getting sentenced for his crimes. So he had been found guilty, and I'm sitting there and we're in the courtroom, and the judge says, "For these heinous crimes that you've committed against our citizenry, I hereby sentence you to 10 years in prison." And the guy responds, he says, "Oh, geez, that's a long sentence. Can you reduce it?" And the judge sits there for a minute, and he's just kind of shocked. But then he suddenly just goes, "Okay, you go to jail 10 years. So maybe that one is a bit more of a dad joke, but I wanted to share it. So I've refreshed the screen, and I see Graham Cracker is in jail. So I'm going to try to bust them out, and it already says they're no longer in jail. So I was too slow. So you kind of just have to sit here and refresh the screen, wait for it to load, and see if you see any low levels. Let's see, I'm not really seeing any. I'll keep refreshing. So while I'm sitting here waiting to find a low-level person to get jailed that I can bust out, here's another one. Because I come to the prison pretty often to try to bust people out, and one day I was walking through the jail, and I pass a cell that's completely empty, but it's still like closed and locked. And so I thought that's kind of weird. So I took a look in, and all I could really see was like a used condom on the floor of this jail cell. And so, like, thinking I'm a smart ass, I look over at the guard, and I say, "Hey, what crime did this condom commit?" And the jail guard looked over me, and he says, "Breaking and entering." Oh, here's a level 44. Let's see if I can get them. Try. I busted them out. Nice. Oh well, I keep refreshing this, and I'm not seeing any other low levels for me to bust out, and I don't really want to just sit here and keep refreshing all day. Oh, there's one. Oh, they're already out. Like, you got to be quick to do this, and you have to bust a lot of people to get all of the merits that you can get from busting people out of jail. So, it's kind of a long-term project to get those busting merits. All right, let me go to the city real quick. I think I can buy some. I wish I could buy beer, but I don't really have the patience to set an alarm or wait until the right minute for them to restock the beers because they go so quick. And I almost it's not worth my time to really maximize my city buys, so I just go to Sally's Sweet Shop and buy the lollipops. Oh, they don't even have lollipops. Screw it. So even though I've been playing this game for a long time, I still do the daily purchases from Bits and Bobs and Sally's Sweet Shop whenever I remember to. Like, even though it's not that profitable, it's still a little bit, and every little bit helps, so might as well. Now I'm going to go and do some Russian roulette, because as I said, I'm pretty close to getting another merit for that, I believe, so hopefully the first or second victory I get in Russian roulette will give me a merit. So I'll go over to the casino from the left menu and go into Russian roulette, wait for it to load, and I'm not much of a gambler, so I might just put like $10,000 and no password. Or before I do that, first I just look at who's already out there doing it and see if I'm willing to risk that amount of money. 200K? I mean, that's not too much. Maybe I should just do that. I'm going to do it. So I go to my vault. I'll just take out an extra 161K and join this person's game. Daniel 309. Let's do it, man. Okay, I go first. Click. So now he's got a 1 in 5 chance. It's taking his time, I guess. Come on, Daniel. Oh, I've got the sound off. I can turn on the sound. Man, this guy's taking forever. What's he waiting for? What happens when it times out? Do I win? Alright, I'm getting another beer. Oh, there he goes. Alright, 1 in 4. Ooh! Ah, this is a lot better with the sound on. 1 in 3. Oh, nice! Got him! Suck it! And I got a merit. What do you know? I'm a foot soldier now. Beat 10 unique opponents in Russian roulette. Yeah, this is a pretty easy merit to get, right? So if you have basically a 50-50 chance of winning versus losing, what are you going to have to play, like 20 rounds of Russian roulette to get this merit? And there are other ones too, like you can get a merit for, well, I should have a whole separate video about merits. So I will have another video about merit hunting, but on the topic of Russian roulette, another one is to get, I think, like $100 million winning prize from a single game of Russian roulette. So you can either place a big gamble on it, or you can do it with a friend and have them give you the money back, or give them the money back, however way it goes. Now I'm just going to see if I can double my money, since I just won 200K, and I would have been fine with losing 200K. So if I can turn that 400 into 800, that would be pretty sweet. And if I lose it, it's not a big deal because it's just not that much. So I'll go back to the casino. I'll do Russian roulette one more time. Well, I don't want to do 200 million and there's nobody else. So 400K, start. And now I wait. Oh man, this is just so much better with the sound. My turn. Oh man. 1 in 3 chance now. Ooh! Awesome. I won twice in a row. You know, I actually know a friend of mine who's a Russian Torn player, and he travels a lot to South Africa for Xanax and lion plushies, and he said one time he was there hanging out with the locals, you know, to try to get a different feel for it there in South Africa. And he just loves Russian roulette. So he asks the locals there, he says, hey, have you ever played Russian roulette? And the guy there said, no, we have our own version. And he pulls out 6 women, and he says, there are 6 beautiful ladies here. You pick one, and then that woman gives you a blowjob. And so my friend, he goes, well, that sounds pretty great. What's the danger in that? And then that guy says, while he's smiling at him, he says, one of the women is a cannibal. So I just turned 200,000 into 800,000 in a couple of games of Russian roulette. That was pretty awesome. I'm going to bank that for now and call it a win. Oh, you know, first I'm going to just spin the slots at the casino because I still haven't won the jackpot. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I think there's another one for just spinning the roulette wheel a bunch of times. And I haven't gotten that one yet either. So maybe I'll bet 10,000 on black and 10,000 on odd. So I kind of split the difference because I got a red odd number. So I'll try again. Black and odd. So I guess doing this way, the odds are that you're probably going to make it a wash every time. So again, I got 1 right and 1 wrong, but no actual winnings or losses. 3 times in a row. Bet 20 grand, win 20 grand. Oh, I lost them both on that one. So I'm down 20 grand. But I'm up a lot from that Russian roulette. Oh no. Lost another one. Another wash. All right, one more time. Another wash. So I played a little bit of roulette. I spun the wheel a few more times. I got to spin it a lot more, but I'm not going to just sit here and spin this all day. All right, I'm at 25 energy. So now I'm going to see if I can get an attack in the next 10 minutes and then refill my energy to be really efficient with that without having to train. I've been training a lot lately, so I'm taking a little break from that to do these missions. And let me just go back to see how my missions are doing. So first, I'm going to target Lamona and Sponge, and then after that, I'm going to go after Tony Stark and Shark Skin Man. So Lamona or Sponge. I'll do Lamona first. And again, these are the targets that have used more Xanax than I have. So I'm going to, yep, she's already got the bounty placed on her. And I'm going to copy the link for the attack and drop it into Discord real quick. Alright, so my friend has started the fight, or I'm starting the fight and they're going to join. Alright, I see they're wearing a motorcycle helmet, so using pepper spray would be ineffective. They haven't, my friend has not joined yet, so I'm not going to start really attacking. There we go, Pachuri has joined. I'm going to drop a smoke. See, look at that, Pachuri sprayed pepper spray, but it was ineffective. Because, like I said, they're wearing a motorcycle helmet. So the temps have been used. I'm going to start attacking now that Lamona is distracted. Boom. She's down for the count. Hospitalize. Earned the bounty. That's one more target. And so now I go back to my company where I've got a little bit of money. I'll pull out another maybe 260K. Might be a little bit more than I need. Go back to my buddy Pachuri and send him a little thank you for helping me out. And now that I'm at 0 energy, I'll use some points, refill the energy bar. Now I've got 4 minutes to get an attack in before I miss out on a little bit of more natural energy. So let me hurry up and go back to my targets. So I just got Lamona. My next one is going to be Sponge. So I've defeated 4 of these 8 targets, and I've got 4 out of 5 kill streaks. So if I get this next attack successfully, then I'll achieve my kill streak goal. So here we go, and my buddy Pachuri joined this fight already, so I'm going to smoke the target. And I see that they've got a distraction. Oh, my buddy used a tear gas already, so I'm just going to go ham and start hitting. Hospitalize. Done. So I'll pull out another mill as a thank you to my friend for helping me out again. And at the same time, I'm claiming bounties towards my bounty merits, and I'm getting this mission done. So back to my mission. I've achieved a kill streak of 5, so I'm going to complete my second contract for this video. And now I've only got 1 contract left to defeat these 7 targets, and I've defeated 5 of them already. So I just have Tony Stark and Shark Skin Man to go. So in Discord, I've just requested 2 more bounties for these final 2 mission targets for my day. And here are their 2 target profiles. Level 70, 11 years old. That looks kind of intimidating. We'll look at Tony Stark's stats. And then same for Shark Skin Man, level 58. That's a little bit lower than me, but still 15 years old. So for my 2 targets that are left, again, they both have more Xanax taken than I do. Let's see, Shark Skin Man is the easier looking target at 1,091 Xanax. And Tony Stark has a couple hundred more than that even. So I'll start with Shark Skin Man. And I'm going to just keep asking for help on these. So now for my 2 last targets, the bounties have already been placed. And I'm seeing if I can get more help to team up on them to take them down and wrap up my missions for the day and for this episode. Oh, I guess I've been doing this for a while and not talking. But so yeah, I was waiting for a long time, and then Pachuri joined me for another one, and looks like another easy hit. I wonder if I could have been beating any of these on my own, but I mean, I lost to a couple targets earlier, and so I was just a little bit nervous to take on somebody who's taking more Xanax than me. Nice. My buddy's got enough energy to help with 1 more. So I'm just gonna go here, send them the link. So they already started. I'm joining. Join fight. Throw a smoke. They hit me for almost 600. That's a pretty good hit. They're distracted. Pachuri threw a... Oh no, Pachuri's hitting them hard. Or they're hitting Pachuri hard. Ouch. Ooh! This is close. Holy mackerel. Wow. I still won though. Look at that. I was down to 215 health. That was a close one. So I'll pull 2 mil more out to send to my friend for helping me out even more. And then I'll go back to my missions and come back and complete my 3rd contract. So for those 3 I received, and remember these are all the hard level, and I received 12 mission credits, 17 mission credits, and 53 mission credits. So the big one gave a lot more credits than the others. So I got around 82 mission credits for these 3 missions combined. And so I'll wait until the new day ticks over in about 30 minutes from now. And at that time, I should get 1 new mission. One question I get from folks is, how come I don't have any more missions I can do? And the answer is just that you have to wait until the next new day for a new mission to spawn. And I don't know everything about this subject, but I'm pretty sure that you get 1 new mission per day. So I waited and I haven't done them for a while, and I came back and you can get only up to a maximum of 3 missions at a time. So I let them build up sometimes, and then I go and I knock them all out. Other times I try to do 1 every day, but in general, it's really good to be doing missions all the time when you can be. And don't waste your mission credits on buying stuff that you can buy with regular Torn cash, like tear gas or throwing knives or a Makana or armor. Like sometimes if there's really high quality stuff, I know people who have bought them, but I just think it's kind of silly because it's better to use your mission credits for special ammunition or books. So you just have to wait and see, save up your mission credits. I've never spent any. And don't make fun of me. I only have like 1,000 of them. So I haven't done a lot of missions. But I'm saving them up for really good books or special ammunition or weapon mods. I forgot to mention that. Weapon modifications. So I don't have any of those. Anyway, so don't waste your mission credits on medical items or temporary weapons or regular weapons or armor that you could just buy with Torn Cash, is my advice. So now that I'm done with my missions for the day and I'm not in an active war or chaining event, I'm going to go to the gym and spend the remainder of my energy training. Actually, before I do that, I should spend my nerve, because I think the higher your happiness is, the higher your success, your chance of success is for crimes. So I'll spend my nerve first. I'll do some arson warehouses. I think those were all successful. That's nice. And then I'll wait the 40 seconds. So I'll wait for that to refill and commit 1 more arson warehouse before refilling my nerve and doing it all again. So there, I've got 11 nerve. I'll burn down another warehouse. Oh, come on. And there I failed. So let me take a look here. Ouch, 5 hours in the hospital. And I've got 4 hours of medical time available of my cooldown. So I could wait for to get revived for free. Oh wait, no, I just did. Yep, somebody just revived me for free. Thank you, Vazzy. Shame on me, I'm not going to send him a tip because I didn't ask for it, so I'm not going to pay for it, but I'll take free vibes wherever I can get them. So now that I'm out of nerve, I'm going to go to the points building by clicking on the points, the use link there. And I've already refilled my energy for the missions, but now I'm going to refill my nerve too. Now, if my total maximum nerve were as low as like 25 or 30 or 40 or 50, I probably would not be spending 25 points to refill my nerve. But because my natural nerve is 60, I get an extra 40 nerve from my faction perks, and I've got 4 extra nerve from merits. I've got over 100 nerve for my maximum bar. To me, that's worth using the points to refill the nerve bar. So I'll go back to crimes and just do more arson. Wow, that was really good. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've got 16 successful arson warehouses and only 1 failure. That's pretty good. So now I'm out of nerve, and let me check my cooldowns. I've got 8.5 hours out of 48 hours of booster cooldown. So 8 hours from now would be after midnight. So I'll be sleeping anyways. So I might as well get my booster cooldown up to at least 12 hours. No, at least like 14 hours. Because it's 5:38 p.m. for me. So what am I going to wake up? I'm not going to wake up any earlier than 7 a.m. So I'm going to at least get my booster cooldown to 12 hours. So I'll go look at my faction by clicking on the fist icon here. Go over to my armory, boosters, and I will be doing some training. So let me just take a little bit of extra beer to get my nerve up to 11. So I drank 1 beer, that's 1 nerve. I'll drink another beer, I get 1 more nerve. Another beer, this time I got 2 nerve. That's because I've got faction perks. 1 more brings me to 10. And another to 11 or 12. So that's enough to do another arson. So crimes, arson, warehouse. Another success. I'm going to leave my booster cooldown where it's at. It'll be really low when I wake up, and then I'll be able to take... Oh wait, I haven't taken a Xanax yet. No, I'll do that. I've got 5 minutes before the next 15-minute mark. I think that's long enough for me to eat some lollipops, pop a Xanax, and then train with all my energy, and then I'll be pretty much done for the day. So I go to my faction, armory, boosters, and I'll eat a bunch of lollipops. Alright, so that's all of the lollipops. Now I'm gonna pop a Xanax. And somebody's given me the advice before that I should take the Xanax before the lollipops, because if I overdose, then I don't have to waste the booster cooldown if I already know that I've overdosed. But I forgot about that, so I'm just gonna take a Xanax now. Luckily I didn't overdose, so now I'm gonna pop over to the gym. And I've got 2 different specialty gyms unlocked right now. One reason I really like using TornTools is that when you're at the gym, and if you have special gyms unlocked, then at the bottom here where it says specialist gyms, this is an extra tooltip that pops up and tells me what limits I have to observe in order to not lose access to certain specialty gyms. Because to have a specialty gym, you have to have certain stats that are especially higher than other stats. And so you have to maintain a certain ratio of certain stats relative to others. And so to maintain my Mr. Isoyama's defense training specialty gym, I have to make sure that I gain no more than 25 million more strength than I currently have. So I've got a lot of, for me currently I've got a lot of wiggle room there, but for my frontline fitness specialty gym, I can gain no more than 1,106,000 defense and dexterity combined. So fortunately, my dexterity is my lowest stat. It's the one I've left behind as a defense whore. And my dex is under 2 million. Everything else is at least 115 million or more. My defense is over 190 million. So my defense and dexterity combined is mostly the same as my defense. So this way, with both of these specialty gyms, I can train 3 out of my 4 stats and still get access to the really high gym gains at the specialty gyms. So lately, if I were to spend all this energy on defense, I would actually get more than 1 million. So I would be nervous to spend it all on defense. Like here, I'll just train one. And that was 152,000, so I could really train like maybe a maximum of, oh, maybe I would be fine actually. So I'll train 5 more. And I don't even have the energy to train another one because it costs 50 energy to train at this gym. But I'm getting pretty close to getting the maximum defense that I can have without losing access to my frontline fitness gym. So I'll switch over and I'll train speed. So I've used my point refill for nerve and for energy, and I've just taken a Xanax. So my drug cooldown is going, my booster cooldown is maxed, my medical cooldown is not maxed. So I guess next I'll go over to my faction page, go to the armory, and use some empty blood bags to fill them with my own blood to make a little bit of extra money. So armory, medical, and use these empty blood bags. So now my health is low, my nerve is low, my energy is low. That's pretty good. Now there's just one other thing I wanted to look at in this episode. So if I go to the city page, oh actually now that I'm here I remember something else. One of my friends and YouTube fans was asking me to do a video about Awareness Week, and there's several reasons why I'm not going to do a whole video about Awareness Week, and all of them contribute to it just being a really lousy event, and it's not really worth people's time, in my opinion. So here we go. Actually, no, let me go to the calendar. So just to clarify, I'm doing this video on the very last day of Awareness Week. So before this event, when I say Awareness Week, but it's really Awareness Week. How stupid, right? Anyways, so during this event, every player has an increase in their awareness. And this is a skill that just helps you find more items in the city. Or in other words, when you go to the city map, so you go to the city, and you can either look at the destinations in the city by looking at this page of quick links, or you can go to this other tab for the map, and on the map, items will spawn periodically for you. Now, if you have TornTools enabled, then they will appear like this, as you see them on my screen, where they're really big on the map, and you don't really have to go looking for them. Like not like you have to look for Waldo in those Where's Waldo books. Like in those, you have to really look close, kind of similar here. You zoom in, and you look for the items to spawn on the ground, and you look and you scroll around in the map for them. But when you have TornTools enabled, they're huge on the map. And it'll even tell you up top what the dollar value is of the items and how many of those items there are that have spawned in the city for you. Before Awareness Week started, I reset my merits and I put, I think, 7 upgrades in awareness. No, I put 8 upgrades in awareness. So that's a lot of merits. I didn't completely max it out because I kind of knew that would be a waste. So I did 8 just to see if it would help me during Awareness Week. So 8 upgrades should give me an increase of 160% of the frequency of items appearing in the city. 160%. And also from an education perspective, if you look at the psychology courses, which I've completed that whole bachelor's degree, but there's a particular class, attention and awareness, that gives you an additional 10% increase to awareness. So I have all those bonuses to awareness, and during Awareness Week, first of all, if I go back to the city, and I'll tell you, before Awareness Week started, I collected all the items that were on my map at the time, and I have not collected any since. And Now we're at the end of Awareness Week, and I've got $727,000 worth of items. There's a big box of chocolates. What's that worth? $7,000? $8,000? A throwing knife? What's that, like $30,000? Bag of candy kisses? That's, I think, like $30 to $50, maybe $50,000. M249 SAW? That's probably the majority of the value. I'm not really familiar with that weapon, but it's probably where the value is coming from. Because the only other item I see here is a kitchen knife, and that's not worth really anything. So that's all I got this year from Awareness Week. It kind of sucked, and I don't recommend that you go all out on your awareness merits because most people agree that it's just kind of a waste. So let's go back over to the quick links and the City Hall. I like to look here every now and then just for some fun statistics. You can see how many active players there are. You can see how frequently people are traveling to different countries and see which countries are most traveled to, which drugs are most consumed, all kinds of statistics. But the one that kind of caught my attention recently is this one here for crime statistics. And it says that there are 1,588,213,585 criminal offenses in Torn City. Over 1.5 billion. And of all those criminal offenses, there are only 39 million jail sentences given out. I think that is wild. That is such a low crime solve rate. I mean, like if you look at the United States, for example, I think one of the worst states for the crime solve rate is Alabama, which is like the only thing you can even compare, in my opinion, to this. So like, and if you think about it, I think a lot of research has been done on this for the low crime solve rate in Alabama, and there are two main contributors to that. It's actually quite interesting. So they both have to do with being able to identify victims and perpetrators. And the first of those is that there aren't any dental records in Alabama. So obviously that makes it hard to identify bodies. But the other one, which is that all of the DNA matches. So that wraps up most of the content for this episode, but before we go, for anyone who hasn't won a donator pack yet from these YouTube Spin the Wheel giveaways, I want to let you know how you can get another chance to win a free donator pack. Because a lot of people send them to me, and I just got to keep giving them away. So here's another one, and it's going to be given away in our Discord server. So the link to that is in the description of this video. Join the server. You will have to get your account verified so that we know which Torn user profile is yours. And after that, just go to the public lotto channel, and you'll see a button there to enter into this giveaway. So we're going to let it run for 15 days after I upload this video. And in addition to this other donator pack, because it was another one that was donated to me, I'm going to add in like another $12 million of prizes from my own inventory. So thank you all for watching. I hope you win some free stuff. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.